It's travel day. Yep, the moment we've been waiting for is finally here. Mike and I are about to embark on an adventure we've been dreaming of for ages. In just a couple of hours, we'll be on our way to China. This trip is extra special because we're heading to not one, but two incredible Disney parks in Asia, Shanghai Disneyland and Hong Kong Disneyland. But first, we're kicking things off with a travel day vlog as we fly international business class on China Eastern Airlines from San Francisco to Shanghai. Check-in at the dedicated business class counter was smooth and efficient. The ground staff were incredibly friendly and helpful, and since Mike and I are traveling with carry-ons only, the process is even simpler. Once we had our boarding passes, they directed us to the China Airlines Lounge in International Terminal A near Gate A1 on level 4, which is shared with Vietnam Airlines and China Eastern Airlines. Security, however, was a bit hectic. Since this is an international flight, there aren't dedicated TSA pre-check or clear lane. Lines can be long, so if you're flying out of SFO, be sure to arrive with plenty of time to spare. We made it through and are now ready to kick off this amazing adventure.
Well, let's check out some of the food choices. I think it's mostly, Eastern style. We got porridge and some side dishes, some pickles, and it looks like there's white rice and pork and broccoli. That actually does sound pretty good. And mapo tofu. Ooh, that sounds pretty delicious. And tea eggs. I think it's just basically hard-boiled eggs boiled in tea, soaked in tea and soy sauce. It's actually a really nice and savory dish in my opinion. They have some little bit of yogurt and parfait and some sweets and such and a little bit of grapes. I guess that is the fruit of choice. And there's a self-service coffee station where you can make some coffee and espresso. And then I think it looks like everything is pretty much self-serve at this point. You got some sodas and fountain drinks over here. And check that out. That is like the cutest little ginger ale can ever. And looks like the noodle bar is ready to go. So yeah, you got some sriracha sauce and chopsticks and some condiments. But yeah. And then, like I said, on this side, we've got some self-service alcohol and got some wine, and I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's probably like margarita mixed or something, or that's Bloody Mary mixed. And yeah, pretty basic lounge, very small, but I guess it'll make do. Yeah, so just sitting here chilling for a bit. Our flight is boarding around 12:15. I think this lounge has some different selections of foods and coffee and drinks. They even have like a self-serve alcohol station, which is, kind of nice. But it's a little bit early in the day, so probably not going to be taking advantage of that just yet. And then I believe there's going to be like a noodle bar that staff member is just setting up the counter. So we'll see. All right, looks like they only have cold noodles today, but that actually looks really good. They've got some like ramen noodles on the bottom. And hard-boiled egg. Hey, I'll take it. It's like made to order noodles. All right, they just announced that our plane is about to board in about 15 minutes. In this lounge, there is no, unfortunately, electronic information. So the lovely staff member will just come in and yell out your flight number and remind you that it's time to get out of the lounge and go to your gate. So that's what we're gonna do. We're getting ready to go board our flight. It's been a hot minute since we came to the international terminal, because when we obviously go to Disney World or whatever, it's always in the domestic terminal. So they've got the duty-free stuff where you can get some last-minute gifts and liquor and perfume, cosmetics. Oh yeah, well they also have some higher-end shopping here. Hermes, Burberry, Gucci, Saint Laurent. And yeah, looks like our gate is going to be A10, that's Alpha 10, so going to be down this corridor. And yeah, super excited. I think it's going to be a 10-hour flight, something like that, so definitely can't wait. That'll be our home for the next 10 hours or so. So Mike and I were just saying that the last time we flew internationally, it was probably 6 years ago. I went back to China back in 2018, but I think both of us went to Europe. So yeah, it looks really unfamiliar, but the way they do this international boarding, it's not actually on the ground level, which is really interesting, but I guess it helps to kind of clear the crowd from the upper deck. But yeah, we are at the gate. There's our flight. And here we go, down to our gate. Wow, they're boarding already. That's crazy. The flight leaves around 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and boarding takes about 45 minutes, and here we go. We're finally in our seat. Mike and I have a 2-window seat on the business class for the China Eastern flight. And I, unfortunately, mine's missing a bit of a window, but I think Mike has 2 windows back there. So he's super excited. He's probably really also very excited to not have to talk to me for like the next 10 hours or so. So let's check out our little seat here. So we have a pretty nice large monitor over here. Oh, yeah, no worries. Thank you. And then we've got our pre-flight towel. The hot towel is always awesome. Got pre-flight drink, which is water or orange juice. Totally fine. I don't think you want to be dehydrated this early. So yeah, this is a fully live flat bed, and then they have the control over here. They have the headphones, and then you have the little light, reading light over there. I think they're going to dim the cabin lights pretty early, so just try to get people onto the China time. So then we're probably going to be sleeping pretty soon. There's going to be a USB over here, and also a just the socket. I think that's the duvet covers. Ooh, and my favorite thing is that they come with slippers. Those are the best. I love airplane slippers for some reason. And then maybe we'll check out the amenity bags in a little bit. And then they also have a pair of headphones for you, as well as just a bottle of water. So yeah, it's huge. I mean, the space is pretty nice, very large and spacious. I mean, I'm pretty short, so obviously mine doesn't even like touch there. Ooh, and they provide some newspaper and a magazine and such, and here's the menu, and then hopefully we'll check that out in a little bit. Yeah, goodie bag. Mike is excited about the amenity bag. So what do we have? Oh, we're flying in a Boeing 777. This is kind of like, there's first class up front, and then there's like a premium business class, which they have like the door thing closed. We're like the second half of business class, which is majority of the passengers for business class are sitting over here. And I think it's in a 1-2-1 herringbone configuration. So right now, Mike and I are just kind of like on the window side, but then there's 2 that are in the middle that are side by side. So while we're waiting, why don't we check out the menu? So they have, I guess they have a Chinese menu as well as an English menu. I think we're gonna get 2 meals today. One is pretty much gonna be served pretty much right after takeoff. So let's see. And then, okay, on this side is the dinner and lunch. We got some appetizers, bread, soup, entree. Interesting, and cheese and fruit. And then in the morning they also have like a Western style breakfast as well as Eastern style breakfast, which is useful if you can read Chinese, but for me, I can read both, so and yeah, so they have like I think for breakfast we have a spinach frittata with bacon and roasty potatoes. I don't know if that's a typo or whatnot, but maybe, yeah, let me know in the comments below what that is. Roasty, maybe roasted potatoes, I don't know. Selected cereal, breakfast bread, and then for the Chinese style for the breakfast they have the congee with Chinese pickles. I'm probably going to go with the Chinese style. That sounds actually way better than just a fruit or egg frittata. So here we go. Oh, and then they also have like a separate drinks menu. Let's see what adult libation we have on board. Yep, so they have orange juice, apple juice, all sorts of juices, and they also have tea served, non-alcoholic. On this side, I think they have a selection of red and white wine. Looks like there's a couple of the reds that are only available for first class. Womp womp. But they do have other selections that are available in business class. They also have white wine, champagne, and they also have whiskeys and spirits. Whiskeys, is that how you spell whiskeys? Not sure. Anyways, so, okay, and then they also offer Tsingtao beer. Okay, so that's it. We've got the menus, and favorite part is the amenity bag. Let's see what the amenity bag has. Looks pretty nice. It comes with a plastic bag, wrapping. I'm trying to, oh, that's really neat. I mean, the pouch looks really cute. It's got a little like the Chinese style button, and let's check that out. Oh, Trying to do this one-handed is challenging, but well, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Oh, wow, okay. It's like a little rubber band button, so we're gonna open that up. And all right, what goodies do we have in here? We have that's an eye mask. That's always helpful for sleep. But I think they do dim the cabin light pretty low, so you might not necessarily need it. I feel like that's got a toothbrush, and I actually kind of like this pouch. I'm gonna put that to use. Okay, we got a toothbrush. Is that like a comb or something? Yeah, that feels like a comb. So pretty basic amenities, I think. But so earplugs, and then a thing of toothpaste. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much your amenity kit. But this pouch looks really nice. Yeah, pretty basic as far as business class offering goes. But I do enjoy the slippers for sure. Okay, and then as far as storage goes, there's like a little compartment over here, and then I think you can pull out your dinner tray, and that folds down to like a pretty decent sized table. So I mean you can definitely have a 14 to 16 inch laptop, should be just fine right here. So this button right here is I think if you push it, the screen will pop out, because otherwise it's going to be like a really, really weird viewing angle. So we're going to pop it out. Okay, so it looks like our flight time is 12 hours and 27 minutes from San Francisco SFO to Pudong International in Shanghai. And then we have a little bit of a hook right here where you can hang up your coat. And I think this must be like an armrest of some sort. Yep, the armrest pops out as well, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, that's it. That's all kind of the thing. Oh, one more. And of course, your control for your seat is right here. You can kind of put it in bed mode. And then I guess that is for takeoff and landing, which you're gonna have to be in an upright position. Okay, that's pretty much it for just the tour of my seat. Again, I'm a half window right now, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we're pretty much on time. We're expected to take off around 1 p.m. It's 12:30. The passengers are just getting settled. They're pretty efficient with their boarding process. So far, so good. So the FA just came by and took our lunch order, and looks like today we have beef fillet with candied garlic and port wine glaze. We also have a sea cod with orange risotto, a braised duck with taro, and then also lastly we have a braised sea cucumber with pork rib with brown sauce. Mike and I both, we didn't plan this, but both of us actually went with the braised duck with taro, so we'll see. They let us know that the lunch will be served around 30 to 40 minutes after takeoff. That's actually really interesting. They didn't even announce they're going to be playing the safety videos, but here it is. And the flight attendant just stopped by and popped my video monitor out, just so that I'm paying attention to the safety video. Makes sense. I guess for those of you that don't speak Chinese, they do have the safety videos replayed in English, so don't worry in case you are like, oh my gosh, what are they talking about? So I think right now we're just taxiing, probably about to take off pretty soon. Luckily, I think there is onboard Wi-Fi, but right now we can't connect to it just yet. So hopefully we'll test that out and see what the onboard Wi-Fi situation is like. I think first class and business class have the complimentary, the lower speed, the lowest tier. And then you can also pay per usage as well. So yeah, looking like I think we're gonna land in Pudong, Shanghai would be the next day, just because we're gonna be crossing the international day line. So, and then I think we're also right around the switch of daylight savings time. So I think the time zone is gonna be all sorts of crazy. Oh yeah, so at 5:20 the next day, I think is what we're expected to land. So yeah, we're gonna sit back and relax and chill.
just reached cruising altitude, and the cabin crew had just pretty much closed all the blinds, which makes sense because I think they're trying to get us into Shanghai time so that we can hopefully not be totally jet lagged. But I tried the internet. It is very, very slow, and obviously because this is the going through the Chinese network, and we're definitely now behind the Great Biome of China, the Great Wall of China. But and the cabin crew actually just stopped by and passed a pajamas. So yeah, I think the cabin crew right now is just kind of like busy and preparing the dinner service or lunch/dinner service, and internet sort of works. I'm definitely online, that's for sure. So yeah, I think we're just gonna wait for dinner and then probably catch some sleep. I mean, for us, it feels like a daytime flight, but definitely want to get on China time as quickly as possible. This is what the bathroom looks like, and pretty nice size mirror actually, kind of a full length. They've got ocean and stuff, cleaning bags. It's pretty spacious. I'm actually pretty impressed by just how big it is. There's like a full-length mirror as well. Yeah, alright. Still early in the flight, so everything looks pretty clean. The bathroom was actually really nice. I was pretty pleasantly surprised. It's very spacious, believe it or not. But looks like the in-flight entertainment is now online, so let's check it out. The cabin crew is getting ready to prepare for lunch dinner, so I got my tray table ready to go. And let's see, we're gonna go with English, I guess. Let's see what kind of entertainment selections we have. We have videos, we have audio, and we have some games. Let's check out the video. Nice big touchscreen, so we have movies and we also have TV. Alright, looks like we have some Western entertainment. So I see Hunger Games, not the new one, but the old one. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the newest one. It's a couple years old now at this point. We have Elemental, that's currently available on Disney Plus. Yeah, not a ton of TVs, but it looks like they do have some Chinese selections as well. So let's back out of here and see what kind of TV selections we have. Okay, looks like, again, just like with the movies, mostly Chinese TVs. Interesting. Some of these I've never seen before, but looks like the entertainment is pretty limited, so if you're planning on flying China Eastern, I would highly recommend downloading your own entertainment so that you're not stuck watching something that is, a bit aged. And then as well as, if you're into Chinese drama, I guess there's a couple full dramas that you can watch. But yeah, I actually did some research ahead of time, so I did download some of my own entertainment. So definitely highly recommend if you're thinking about flying this airline. But everything else so far has been really, really pleasant. Our cabin crew has been really friendly, and the bathroom is clean. Obviously, we're still early in the flight, so let's see what the food looks like in a little bit. It's like dinner services has started, and we have started with some mixed nuts, and I opt for a white wine and some champagne. Bon appetit, I guess. Champagne and mixed nuts. Bunch of champions. This is the appetizers. So we have the frog raw terrain with pork white jelly and caramelized apple. And then I think they give you a little thing of butter, but the bread will be coming in a little bit later. And I think it's the soup looks like it's pork with bean curd and a ginkgo soup. Honestly, I'm so pleasantly surprised. The salad and the tomatoes are super fresh. Nothing tastes stale. Really impressed with the ginkgo pork soup. It's light but flavorful. It's got beautiful, just that mild umami flavor. The flight attendant did warn us that this is going to be a pretty extended meal. It's going to last a while. They give you this little tub of butter, but they haven't given you the bread yet. Don't worry, the bread is coming. And fresh bread has arrived. It's warm. Oh my gosh, I got the sourdough, of course. We're leaving San Francisco. Gotta get the sourdough. Yeah, it's warm to the touch. And the flight attendant was so sweet. I was just letting her know that I really enjoyed the pork soup, and she's like, yeah, no, it looks really, really good. And she's like, do you want another bowl? I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm good. I'm so excited I got the duck. The duck is gone. There is no more. The rice was not soggy. The duck and the taro, so duck wasn't dry, and the taro added some soothing texture to it, and I thought it was very, very good. The flavoring, it wasn't too salty, and I think the white rice kind of just soaked in all the flavors. That was really, really, really good. It looks like our fruit selection is coming. It looks really fresh. We got some watermelon, some cantaloupe. I think I see a pineapple and some kiwi. So really cute presentation for sure. Yeah, again, I'm actually getting pretty full. There's quite a bit of food. The FA, when they were saying how long this is going to take, they weren't kidding. This is like a full 4-course meal. I think there might be some cheese and dessert coming down the pipe as well. So they had a little dessert card that I pushed out. So I think the choices were cheesecake, I think there's chocolate cake, and also Haagen-Dazs chocolate ice cream. I went with ice cream because I just feel like, I want something a little bit more refreshing to kind of close out my meal. It's been a really, really lovely lunch/dinner. And after that, I think we might just, turn down a little bit, recline a little bit, and then enjoy the rest of the flight. Okay, so we're about, I think, 3 hours into the flight. It's only 3 p.m. in the afternoon, SF time, but it feels so much later. So I think Mike is back there already asleep with his eye mask on, but I'm just hanging here watching some of the YouTube that I've downloaded before. And distance to Shanghai Pudong is still around 8,300 kilometers, whatever that is in miles. This particular flight is because it's operated by a Chinese airline that we get to fly over Russian airspace, so that'll be interesting. Okay, not gonna lie, I took a nice little about an hour nap, but there's still quite a ways to go to Shanghai right now, so I was just so tired, just kind of after lunch/dinner, just felt really full and just put my seat down into a bed and then just really conked out for a bit. We're about probably a third of the way done. The flight attendant came by and got us some snacks. The seat is a little bit challenging in the sense that it's good and bad. Good in the sense that it's really near to the bathroom and the galley, so if I needed something, I could just kind of poke my head through the curtains and just ask the FAs for some stuff. But again, because I'm so close to the galley, it can be a little bit distracting. But bring your noise canceling headphones. I think it should be fine. And the other thing is that obviously I don't have a window. I have half a window of some sort that's kind of blocked by my seat here. Incidentally, I was just looking at the in-flight magazines, and at the end of the magazine, they had an ad for Shanghai Disneyland. So I guess that is a huge destination spot for folks that are going over to Shanghai. Say hi, Mike.
It's 8 o'clock. I can't sleep. So it's technically light outside, but the shades are down.
You can kind of see the light seeping through, maybe. Mike got seaweed, though. I think I missed seaweed.
Lots of snacks.
Okay, so I think you just saw Mike back there. I think he said he couldn't really sleep, but it's around 8-something p.m. SFO time. But it looks like we are about probably 2/3 the way through. I feel like we're actually over Russian airspace at the moment, but in any case, there's Mike. Hi, Mike. Yeah, I feel like we're over Russian airspace at the moment, actually.
Oh, we definitely are.
Yeah. So again, it's a very unique flight path because typically you wouldn't fly over Russian airspace.
Well, you used to fly over Russia, yeah.
Yeah.
So
nowadays we don't.
For obvious reasons right now.
So we're about 2/3 of the way through. It looks like we are cruising at an altitude around 34,000 feet at the moment. Looks like we're 4,100 kilometers outside of Shanghai, whatever that is in miles.
We're
So
5,500 last we looked, so that's good.
yeah, so we're almost there. Just gonna chill in. I think Mike is made the mistake of not downloading a lot of entertainment. Like I mentioned, I was prepared, but he wasn't. So now he's left with Chinese drama. Internet is pretty spotty, but it comes on once in a while. But I think Mike's been having a better luck with internet than I have. So, anyways,
It literally just started working, but then it also kind of goes in and out. So.
all right, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Excuse the lighting, but I think the crew just stopped by, and I think we're gonna have like a sort of like a snack type of situation right now. They're offering either porridge, a sandwich, or a pork noodles. So I actually went with the pork noodles, and I think Mike back there went with the porridge. So yeah, they just gave us more of the hand towels to kind of freshen up a little bit. I guess this is kind of like a meal between meals, I suppose. I'm a little hungry. I think it's been like 4 or 5 hours since the last time we ate. I did eat quite a bit. That lunch was that was a marathon of a meal, but yeah, I mean, looking forward to that. I thought it was going to be like breakfast. I'm like, wow, that is really, really early to have breakfast. But Mike is basically saying that this is just like a little snack between meal. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, not gonna lie, the pork noodles smells amazing. Oh my gosh. I wish you had smell-o-vision to be. I think I chose really wisely. I think it's like a dry noodle, but with some Chinese bok choy, pork belly, and noodles. Oh, all right, I can't wait to dig in. This is going to be really, really perfect. And then I think after this, we're probably going to just catch some sleep and until breakfast is served, I guess. And just like that, we have made it to breakfast. I think we're about 2.5 hours east of Shanghai, so we're almost there. I think right now we're in Japan airspace, so we're just about to cross Japan. But breakfast, I opted to go with the Chinese style, and everything just looks really, really good. Let's see. So we have the rice porridge, which is congee as well. It's gonna be a nice little sort of like a mellow thing to, get your day started. Obviously, it's I think midnight, 12:19 San Francisco time at the moment. But I think it's time to kind of like get your body sort of get ready for landing and maybe be able to sneak a nap in after this. But look at that, we have some beautiful little dim sum. We have the lo mai gai, which is like the chicken wrapped in sticky rice, and then we have I think that's hot gao, which is a shrimp dumpling, and then I think we even have a little xiaolong bao, which is the soup dumpling, and then a lovely plate of fruit. There's some vegetables, pickled vegetables over here, being curried, as well as I think asparagus and some pickled vegetables. And then on this side, I think we have is that a croissant? How did the croissant sneak into my Asian Chinese breakfast? It's hot, so it's nice and fluffy. And of course, we have a little tub of butter. Maybe there's going to be bread coming up later. So yeah, they certainly feed you here on China Eastern. We've just had the little snack dinner for the noodles, and now we are doing breakfast. So yeah, I mean, throughout the journey, they've given us snacks and little things here and there. So you're definitely not going to go hungry if you're flying this airline. All right, we're about, I think, 45 minutes out from Shanghai Pudong. And so they're starting their initial descent procedures, and the cabin crew is kind of clearing the walking through the cabin to collect trash and everything else. So yeah, they're probably going to be shutting down the lavatories and things about 45 minutes before wheels down. So. after a 13.5-hour flight on China Eastern, we finally made it to the lounge. Pudong Airport is incredibly huge. So going through immigration and going through customs was a little bit of a hassle, but just have to pack your patient pants, got through it just fine. They had those little entry cards or whatever, and they ran out of those entry cards, and unfortunately, we had those cards on the plane, we would have been able to get through security in no time. Luckily, we decided to not do any sort of check-in luggages. Everything is carried on, so we didn't have to do the whole like wait for your luggage and everything, because we do have a domestic transfer this trip. I thought China Eastern, at least the international leg, was absolutely just wonderful. The flight crew was so sweet. Because I had that seat that was really, really close to the galley, you know, they just kind of like stopped by, refilled my drinks, and if I needed some more food or whatever, they just just replenished my food order. They stopped by a lot. They were really attentive, super sweet. The service was wonderful. The in-flight Wi-Fi was a little sketchy. I mean, it was on and off, but at least it was free. It was complimentary to our cabin, so that was really nice. So yeah, all in all, it was a really good experience. The flight was on time. We flew on, I think it was a Boeing 777. Supposedly it has one of those really cool GE engine that you can potentially fit I just learned this as I was watching a YouTube clip, a video of somebody talking about the fact that you can fit a 737 inside of the engine, so that's really cool. Anywho, so yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up today's vlog. It's just a fun travel vlog, but we're gonna do some things in a city called Wuhan before we head to Shanghai Disneyland. So maybe I'll do another sort of like train ride travel vlog when we go from Wuhan to Shanghai. But thanks so much for following along. All good, and we will see you in our next video.